Okay, I've just put an order in here to buy 4 contracts at 13.32 even, and this is on Friday morning, May the 20th, 2011, and it's approximately 8:25 in the morning my time, which is Pacific time, so 11:25 Eastern, and we've been filled here, so we're now long at 13.32. You can see our protective sell stop. The initial protective sell stop is at 13.30.50, so that's 6 ticks or a point and a half below where we have entered long. You can see that our first objective is to sell 1/2 of our position, or 2 contracts, at 13.32.75. We have another sell limit order in, as you can see with the green tab there, at 13.33.50. So obviously what we want the market to do is to rally here a bit, and if it should bounce 3 points in our favor from 13.32 to 13.32.75, we will have made 3 ticks, and our stop will move from 13.30.50, which is a 6-tick risk. It'll be reduced to a 3-tick risk, and it will bounce and automatically move up to 13.31.25. So we're up 2 ticks now. Hopefully we can get another tick here, and then you will see the sell stop automatically adjust upward from the sell stop at 13.30.50 to 13.31.25. And it will of course do this immediately, whether we get filled immediately or not. Oftentimes you don't get filled immediately, but the stop will adjust as soon as the price is hit. In other words, as soon as our first objective is hit at 13.32.75, the stop will adjust. Once we're filled, that stop quantity is then adjusted down from 4 contracts to 2, because we will only, of course, have 2 remaining, because we've been filled by that time at our first objective of plus 3 ticks. So hopefully we can get at least another tick out of this trade, and you'll see the sell stop immediately move higher. There we go. Okay, so 13.31.25 is now our stop, and you can see the stop still shows it for 4 contracts, because even though our first objective has been reached, we have not yet been filled. So we're long 4 contracts at 13.32, and right now we're trying to sell 2 contracts at 13.32.75. In a case like this, if the market were to turn around and move lower and hit 13.31.25, we'd be stopped out for all 4, and we'd have a loss of 3 ticks on all 4 contracts. So obviously what we're hoping for right now, it keeps hitting that 13.32.75 objective, as you can see. Hopefully we'll get filled on this any moment, and you will see that stop amount, the sell stop at 13.31.25, reduce down to 2. There it is right there. So we've been filled. As you can see, we are still long 2 contracts, and so our sell stop at 13.31.25 is for 2 contracts. Now we have our second objective order in there, as you can see, at 13.32.50, just 1 tick away from it at the moment. And as soon as the market, if it does move another tick higher and hit 13.33.50, then our stop will adjust upward another 3 ticks to our entry price at 13.32 even. So hopefully we'll be able to look. The trade is looking good, so hopefully we'll be able to see that shortly here. Now, as you can see, the blue up arrow that shows our entry at 13.32, you can see the other blue arrow signifying a lower entry down there at 13.30.75. The market did not dip there. I do not currently have an order in at that price. I'm just going to let this trade unfold, see what happens on this one. And okay, the market has hit the 13.33.50, so we've reached our second objective. You can see we still haven't yet been filled on it. There's still that resting order to sell limit at 1333.50. And okay, they had just been filled on it, and you can see our stop was reduced from 2 contracts to 1, and so now we have profited on the first 3 contracts out of the 4 that we entered, and the market has gone ahead and filled us. So we've got a profit of 3 ticks on 2 contracts, a total of 6 there, and another 6 ticks on that contract that was just filled, our third one. So we've got a total of 12 ticks, or 3 points. So we've profited on this trade $150. Should the market now come down and stop us at break even on the final, we would of course have a net profit of $150 on this trade. We would make nothing on the final partial position, which is just the 1 contract that we have still in play right now. We're still currently long just that 1 contract at 1332. So we'll just continue to monitor this. The market is looking pretty good. It came down and filled us beautifully. As you can see, when we got filled, the market only dipped 1 tick below our entry price, so just a beautiful fill on that. And then the market started to rally from that point. So things are looking good on this trade. So we'll just just monitor this and see how it goes. I'd made another video earlier today on another short trade, as you can see on the left side of the chart there. That was the earlier trade that I made a video on that you can view, and that was the short taken there at 1330.25. What I'm going to do here is go ahead and cancel this automatic sell limit there at 1335 for a 3-point gain. This may or may not be a good move, but I've decided to go ahead and manage this final 1/4 of my position manually. And of course, this is an option that we sometimes use, depending on what we think is the quality of the trade overall and the opportunity. The way that the NinjaTrader automated trade management tool is set up is even if you want to manage your final 1/4 position manually, you still have to put in an order, in other words, a sell limit on that final partial, which I did have in order to run this automated trade management tool, and that was at a price, I think I put it in at 3 points or 12 ticks. But one of the things that you don't have to keep that in, of course, you can cancel that and then just manage the final partial manually. So what we like to do on our trades is to go ahead and on that final partial, we tend to be a little bit more lenient with the trade, allowing it to give it a little bit more give and take. Once the market has moved a minimum of 3 points in our favor, then we will always at least salvage 1/3 of that move. What we do like to do, for example, on a long trade, is if we do have some buying paint bars, then we will use those buying paint bars to as reference points to go ahead and actually calculate exactly when and at what price we will go ahead and put in our stop adjustments. We do not have any buying paint bars here so far, so and the market has rallied up and hit our 1335. And I think what I'll do right now is maybe just put this on pause for a minute. Video's getting a little long, so I think I'll just pause this and come back on when the market has shown us a little bit more activity. Okay, I've restarted the video here. You can see I adjusted our stop to at least salvage 1 point out of that trade. And we'll just kind of let this go. You can see I moved the stop up to 1333 even, so we've locked in an extra 1 point on the final partial. So I think we'll just, I'm going to pause it here again and just kind of let it go. Okay, I've just started it back up, and as you can see, we just got stopped out at 1333 on the final partial position that we were long from 1332. So our total take on that was 7 points, or 6 points is $350 on that trade is what we netted, less the cost of commission. So a good example of a basic trade.